Hello, ma'am. I am Aqib Khan from 5A. Our today's topic was vessels of the head and neck region. Uh, so let's start, ma'am. The left ventricle leaves the blood into the arch of aorta. Arch of aorta. This one is arch of aorta. Arch of aorta first divides into three major arteries. Uh, First one is left subclavian artery. Second one is left common carotid artery. This one, and third one is brachiocephalic trunk. This one, and when brachiocephalic trunk, brachiocephalic trunks further divided into two branches. Uh, Number one is a right common carotid artery, and number two is a right subclavian artery. So let's talk about uh, right common carotid artery. Right common carotid artery supplies the head region, and it goes to the neck region first, and in the neck region there is a triangle present known as carotid triangle. Carotid triangle, ma'am, it is very important. Here the common carotid artery divides into two arteries. Number one is internal carotid artery, this one, here and here, and number two is external carotid artery, this one. uh, then, ma'am, internal carotid artery supplies the internal head, like our brain, eyes and forehead, and external carotid artery goes superficial, and it's bifurcate at the left of when it left parotid gland into two arteries. Number one is temporal artery, and number two is maxillary artery. Maxillary artery supplies the blood to our facial region, and temporal artery supplies the blood superficial to the skull. And as we talk about right common carotid artery, same things happen with left common carotid artery. It's bifurcate at the carotid triangle into two, external and internal. External supplies the face and skull, and internal carotid artery supplies the head. It means brain and eyes and forehead. So right and left common carotid artery is complete, and the second branch of the brachiocephalic trunk is right subclavian artery. This one is right subclavian artery. Right subclavian artery bifurcates into three arteries. Number one is a right vertebral artery. Number two is right internal thoracic artery, and number three is right thyrocervical trunk. It means thyrocervical trunks. So, ma'am, thyrocervical trunks here. First, we talk about vertebral artery. So vertebral artery goes to our internal head. It's in brain region via the cervical bones C3, 4, and it is in cervical bones. It goes via the transverse foramen, and it enters to the cranial cavity via the foramen magnum, I think, ma'am, and it supplies the our our brain. And, ma'am, here the vertebral artery form the basilar uh, artery. Basilar artery here form. Basilar artery is completely supply the blood to the our brain. So right vertebral artery is also complete, and as right vertebral artery, same things happen with left vertebral artery. it is also originated from the left subclavian artery. And now the second branch of the uh, right subclavian artery is internal thoracic artery. Internal thoracic artery supply the blood to the our thoracic region. And the third branch of the right subclavian artery is thyrocervical trunk. It is thyrocervical trunk, and thyrocervical trunk then divides into three major arteries. Three arteries. Number one is inferior thyroid artery, and number two is a transverse cervical artery, and number three is a suprascapular artery. So let's talk about internal thoracic artery. Internal thoracic, internal thyroid artery. Let's talk about inferior. Let's talk about inferior thyroid artery. Inferior thyroid artery supplies the blood to the thyroid gland, and inferior thyroid artery gives one another branch which is known as ascending cranial artery. This one is ascending cranial artery, and it supplies the blood to the posterior prevertebral muscles. This one is ascending cranial artery. And here ma'am, the second branch of the thyrocervical trunk is transverse cervical artery. This one is transverse cervical artery, and transverse cervical artery supplies the blood to the our trapezius muscles, and as well as sternocleidomastoid muscles. And the third branch of the thyrocervical trunk is suprascapular artery. This one is suprascapular artery, and it supply the posterior shoulder region, muscles of the posterior uh, shoulder region. So ma'am, this is about right thyrocervical trunk. Same things happen with left thyrocervical trunk ma'am. And the right subclavian artery further goes, uh, and now it will form the axillary artery, which is another topic. And ma'am, I want to talk about uh, carotid triangle. Carotid triangle is present here. Carotid triangle is very important because carotid triangle, in carotid triangle, the right or left common carotid artery bifurcate into two. uh, Number one is internal carotid artery, number two is external carotid artery. And common carotid artery in this region is slightly dilated ma'am. And uh, so this area is also known as carotid sinus. Carotid triangle's area is also known as carotid sinus. And here in carotid triangle or carotid sinus, the glossopharyngeal nerve is present, and in carotid sinus, bororeceptors are present, which detect stretch as a measure of blood pressure ma'am. So receptors are here, and the glossopharyngeal nerve is also here. Then the function of glossopharyngeal nerve is the feeds receptors information to the brain, and this information is used to regulate the blood pressure. So it is very important place. And here the receptors are present, which is very important in blood pressure regulation. Thank you ma'am.